Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. It is Wednesday, so it is time for weigh-in and meeting topic. This week's weigh-in went much better than last week because I got serious. So like I said, I got serious. Was I perfect? No, because don't forget, we did go out with Adam on the day we went down to his school. And then the next day we had that luncheon at Andrew's school. So I was not perfect. Nope. But I still managed to lose 2.2 this week. Yes. I think because I was focused, because I was paying attention, I had my good mindset back, and I wasn't eating willy-nilly. I was eating with intention. Even when I was eating some things that maybe weren't the best choices, I ate them with intention. Instead of having, like at the luncheon for Andrew, they had little tiny one-bite desserts. Instead of having 5 one-bite desserts, I had 2. I picked the 2 that looked the best to me. Like they had the little mini eclairs, the little mini cream puffs, but then they had these like little mini caramel-filled donuts, like mini, and they had like little mini truffles. Well, I've had the cream puffs, I've had the eclairs. Yes, they are delicious, but I wanted to try the other things. So I made choices. Like I could have easily had one of everything, but I'm like, no, I know what the eclairs taste like. I know what the cream puffs taste like. Let me choose things that, am I making sense? So I think I made good choices. Like I said, not the best choices, but we're going to have dessert. I'm going to have dessert. Face it. I am not the person that can say, weight loss journey, not eating anything. I'm not that person, and I don't want to be that person. I want to just learn to make the better choices, which I have. So anyway, yes, hopefully we can keep this train rolling, my friends, because, you know, I keep saying, I want to drop that 8 pounds. I want to drop that 8 pounds. Well, I drop, I go up, I drop, I go up. It's yo-yo, and it's no one's fault but my own. It's not a plan's fault. It's my fault. So that's all I have to say about that. Let's get on to the meeting topic. How to simplify food tracking. Oh, and I did not hear from Andrew today, so I don't know what he did. He's pretty much holding steady. I think it's a stress thing with him. He's not stress eating. He's not overeating. I just think he's a little stressed right now and kind of not as focused. But he did tell me the other day that he's holding steady. So all the pants he bought in the size smaller are still fitting perfectly. Nothing's getting tight. So he feels like he's maintaining, maybe not losing. We'll take that for now. Okay, now on to the meeting topic. How to simplify food tracking. Tracking's an issue. A lot of people hate to track. I don't love it, but I do it because I have to. Because if I don't track, I conveniently forget what I've eaten and how much of it I've eaten. Yup. So it says one of the most effective tools for weight loss, tracking what you eat. The best way to ensure you actually do it, learn to track smarter, not harder. Now this goes, you know, there's WW specific, but it can honestly go for any app or any plan that you are on. Most diet plans are, you know, they have some sort of tracking device, whether it be MyFitnessPal if you're tracking calories, whether it be the Healthy app. Sorry, I need this morning, but it's really hot. Whatever kind of plan you are on, more than likely you need to keep track of things. If you count macros, you need to keep track of that. So let's find out how to make it a little bit easier as per WW. First thing they say is use the WW app's search tools. Both the barcode scanner and the microphone save typing time. I never thought to use the microphone. And like, once again, like I said, this is not most apps have that kind of thing. I know my MyFitnessPal has a barcode scanner, and I think the Healthy app has a barcode scanner. So make it easier. Instead of typing in all the macros on a product, or instead of searching it, just zap it. See if it comes up. Never thought about using the microphone. I have a love-hate relationship with voice to text, so I don't know how well I would do with that. But that is definitely a good time saver. This is one of my favorites. Snap a picture of your meal, then track later. You can even save the photo by posting it on Connect. I don't post on Connect, so that wouldn't do anything for me. But the snapping the picture, most of the time I track before I eat, because I find it keeps me a little bit more in control, because if whatever I track, I eat. And then I see how many points, how many calories, whatever, and then I don't want to eat more because I don't want that to go up. But there are occasions, especially when we are out somewhere, that I don't track, because it'll take a little bit too much time to figure it out. Like if we're at a party or something like that and I need to deconstruct something, I will snap a picture of my plate and figure it out when I get home. So that is definitely a great way to do it. You know, if you're out with friends and you don't want to pull out your app and sit there and try to figure out, like go through the restaurants or whatever, snap a quick pic, put your phone away, and deal with it later. Because face it, if we've been on this journey a little bit, we have an idea. We do. We're not going in blind. Number 3, save go-to meals and recipes. In the WW app, you can tap the search bar, then the word create to group foods or ingredients. And next time you only have to track one thing. I do have some meals saved in my app, my WW app, and it is very convenient, because there are some days where I just have the exact same meal. Not necessarily in consecutive days, but there's a day where every Saturday we have an omelet and bacon pretty much for breakfast. So, you know, and my guac toast, like that, when I have guac toast, it's the same. It's 2 pieces of bread and like an ounce of guac and 2 eggs. So if you save those as a grouping, it makes it easier. It's one click instead of 4 or 5 different things that you need to put in, just to streamline things. Track similar restaurant dishes. Can't find your meal in the WW database? No need to try logging every ingredient. If you have like a little hometown restaurant, you know, that would not be in the app, and you go and you have, trying to think of something, a turkey club. If you don't feel like tracking every ingredient, maybe look for a restaurant in the WW app that has a turkey club and base it upon that. So you don't have to deconstruct it like I said I usually do. So there's all kind of little ways that you can save time. It says guesstimate your points at events. Instead of tracking a lot of different foods, tap quick add and input the event name and total points. I don't know if I quite agree with that, because I think some of us are a little generous with ourselves, me included. You know, I would look at that, like, we'll go back to the little mini cream puff. I'd look at it and go, what's that, about 3 points? Well, it's probably not 3 points. It's probably like 5. I tend to underestimate. I used to overestimate, and I started to underestimate. So there's probably a happy medium in there. I don't recommend estimating unless you truly, truly cannot figure out what it is. Then of course you estimate, because putting something in is better than putting nothing in. But if you can find something, instead of just going, okay, party, I'm going to just give all my points for the day. Because more than likely, you probably went over your points for the day. And like I said, friends, I speak from experience with that. Yeah. Oops, sorry. And the next is pre-track a higher points meal. Absolutely. I always try to pre-track if I know we're going out to dinner, if I know we're going to a party. If I'm making a higher point meal, I mean, yeah, Just because I'm cooking doesn't mean I'm having boiled chicken breast and roasted veggies every day. Nope. I have some family favorite meals, and I just, off the top of my head, chicken pot pie is one of them. Not chicken pie, chicken pot pie, the Amish style with the gravy and the homemade noodles. It's like 15 or 17 points. There's no way to lighten it up. And I don't want to, because it is a favorite. It is a comfort food. And you know what? I can fit it into my plan. I can. Can I fit it in often? Not really. And I don't really want to fit it in often because then it doesn't become special anymore. But if I know I'm having that, I pre-track it and I make sure my day fits around it. That is why, one of the reasons why I do a weekly menu with breakfast, with lunch, and with dinner. Because if I know we're having a higher point dinner, I can keep lower in points, calories on breakfast and lunch. If I know we're having a higher point breakfast, I can do the same and I can utilize my 0 point foods and have lower point dinners and lunches. If I pre-plan that stuff, it definitely makes it easier. So even if you don't menu plan, try to pre-plan your day like that. If you know that something's coming up, if you know that you want those fluffy pancakes for breakfast, and they're a little bit more high in points than your eggs and your sausage or your eggs and your bacon, pre-plan it and track your whole day. Figure out what you're having for your whole day so there's no surprises. So you don't get to dinner and you have 1 point left. Pre-track it. Figure it out. Trust me, it works. So it says, try a shortcut and then reflect. Did it save time and effort? If yes, great, keep it up. Not really? Well, try something else. We're not locked into this. It says, let's dive a little deeper. Ever find yourself struggling to log a chef's every pinch and dash in the WW app? It's understandable. Science says tracking is the single biggest predictor of weight loss. So of course you want to get it right. But science also tells us tracking regularly, not perfectly, is the secret. It's easy to get busy, bored, or distracted. And as humans, we're less likely to stick with things that require a lot of effort, time, and energy, like striving for the non-existent perfect tracker gold star. You do not have to be perfect, my friends. You just have to be close and you have to be consistent. Weight loss is not based on what you do for one day or one meal. It is based on what you do for one meal and one day consistently over time. We gain weight if we do things consistently. I gained most of my weight because I was eating a half a gallon or whatever, it's not even a half gallon, a container of ice cream every 2 days, every single night. I would go through about a container in 2.5 days. I was doing it consistently. So what happened? I gained weight consistently. When I stopped doing that consistently and only had an ice cream treat once in a while, the weight came off. That is 100% number one with weight loss. You have to be consistent. I'm not saying you can be consistent with bad habits and lose weight. You can't, but you have to be consistent with your good habits. You can't go into this and say, okay, today's the day. I'm going to have a perfect day. I'm going to eat nothing but 0 point foods. I'm going to eat 300 calories. Can't do that. You can maybe do it for one day, but you're not going to stick to it. It's not going to be consistent. You need to be consistent. And you can't keep switching plans from, okay, I'm doing keto. Yeah, I'm doing keto. For 2 days you do keto. Then you go, don't like keto. I'm going to do Weight Watchers. For 2 days you do Weight Watchers. Then you go, I don't like Weight Watchers. I'm going to do Noom. For 2 days you do Noom. You have to be consistent. You have to let your body get used to things and you have to give them an honest try. Consistency is the key. Consistency with good habits. Not perfectionism, friends. Consistency. It says, remember, the point of tracking is awareness, not keeping score. That's why it works and why consistency beats perfection. Shortcuts like guesstimating your points, tracking a restaurant chain's minestrone soup instead of your local spots, or relying on tools to streamline the tracking process don't make you any less aware of your eating habits, nor do they hinder progress. They make this journey easier and save time, which helps you keep track of your goals. So my friends, just track it. Just track it. And I'm here to tell you to track the good, the bad, and the ugly. If you ate 10 Oreo cookies, just because you don't want to track them, because you don't want to face the reality of what you did, doesn't mean you didn't eat them. You don't track them, and then you forget you ate them, and then you have a gain on the scale. And you're thinking, what the heck? I did good. This plan isn't working. You go back and look at your week and go, I had a great week. Well, it looks like you had a great week, but you didn't because you ate 10 Oreos. Maybe you ate 10 Oreos 5 days in a row. If you don't track it, you're not going to know. No one sees your tracker. Your tracker is not going to get graded. Be honest with yourself and be honest in your tracker. Because let me tell you, next to tracking, honest tracking is key. If you're not honest with yourself, who can you be honest with? Like I said, nobody's going to look at you and nobody's going to judge you. You're the only one that sees your tracker. So be honest in your tracker. It hurts. It hurts. It's hard. It is. It's hard to be honest because we feel like we've screwed up. You didn't screw up. You had a momentary lapse in judgment. And maybe if you track those 10 Oreos today, maybe you'll think about not eating those 10 Oreos tomorrow. Maybe you'll eat one. So friends, be honest with yourself. Track every bite, every lick, and every taste, and track it honestly. Take the shortcuts to tracking, absolutely, but just do it honestly because, like I said, just because you didn't track it doesn't mean you didn't eat it. And when you look back and you want to see your successes or your failures, I hate to use that word failures, but you know what I mean. We've all had failed weeks. It's the reality of it. You'll know why. So be honest and track. Take those shortcuts, but be honest about it. So that is it for my weigh-in, my 2.2 pounds down. I am keeping that train moving, my friends. I am bound, and I keep reaching for my tea. I'm sorry, but I need to get some in me. In my mug. Can you see my mug? It says, you are making a difference every single day. That was my birthday gift from my dear friend Kim over to Girl on her phone, and the note she wrote me with it made me cry. Made me cry. So, anyway, that is it. Track, take the shortcuts, do it honestly, and you will see results, my friends. I promise. Track. Have a fantastic week. Have a great on-plan week. You don't have to be perfect. You have to be consistent. You have to make progress. I will leave a couple videos linked right here for you. Go enjoy those while you're waiting for my next upload. And I have a whole new uploading system because I was having computer issues. So say a prayer that this actually gets uploaded. Have a great week, my friends, and I will see you soon.